Hi, Dan from Evolution Support Services here, and welcome to this EFT tapping on reclaiming your value from dismissive people. Sometimes when we invest too much of ourselves into people that aren't really that vested in our own interests, we can always end up in a deficit. So let's do an EFT tapping to start reclaiming our value. So taking full responsibility for your own well-being and repeating after me. Let's go with that flow. Let's begin to tap. Even though there are people in my life or a person in my life that no matter how much I invest my time and energy and my sense of self, I always end up feeling worthless, demeaned, and dismissed as a person. And I choose to change this and reclaim my value. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though there are people that don't accept myself, because who I am as a person, or parts of who I am as a person, are a poor reflection upon themselves. So I can never be me due to a memory of someone else. And I choose to love, honor, and accept myself. Even though my self-value and my self-worth may be invested in people who have a disinterest in who I am as a person. And I choose to reclaim my value and invest this within myself. And I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. These dismissive people, I'm reclaiming my value. I've invested value in others who don't do the same for me. All this energy that I'm giving, I don't get anything in return. And it's not like I'm asking for something in return. But it would be nice to know that I exist and that my existence is acknowledged and that who I am as a person and my experiences aren't dismissed. And I seem to invest more time and energy into proving my worth to these people, as if to say, look at me, acknowledge me, to people who don't want to do that. They might give snide remarks, sarcastic remarks, devalue my experiences, say the things that happened to me never truly happened. All these dismissing statements, all these delusional statements, how would they know? And I do know what happened to me. But trying to prove my worth to people that see me as worthless is not a wise investment, as I'll always come up worthless. They've got their prerogative, and I've got mine. And should my prerogative be in trying to prove my worth to people that see me as worthless? Do I want to beat my head against that wall and only end up in pain? And it can be like talking to a brick wall sometimes. There's some cognitive biases that some people don't want to accept. Some truths that people don't want to accept because it goes against their narrative and how they've constructed their life. And even though some of how they've constructed their life really destructs my life, the truth of that may be not what they want to hear. And no matter how much I scream or point to the truth, there's those blind spots that they're purposely not seeing, or scarily that they don't see. And they just keep on doing the same. And I have to ask myself, do I want to enter into the cycle of proving my worth, of proving my value to people that devalue me and see me as worthless? And there are some things that I do that people won't understand, the same way that they'll never understand me, in the same way as I'll never understand them. The same way that where I understand myself right now may be different to how I understood myself in the past, or how I understand myself in the future. So people's opinions of me, their criticisms, or how they know me as a person, will constantly change as I changed as a person. So what their opinion and value that they cast upon me will always change. But I don't have to stay stagnant in how they view me. I may have already outgrown that. And they may have outgrown how I view them. And how people choose to grow will be in different directions. And how I choose to grow may be not in the direction that they choose of how they value me. I might start to reclaim my own value and invest the same type of energy that I'm investing in trying to prove my worth and value to others deep within myself. There may be a sense of need and a sense of dependency that I've been pouring into others, that if I start to mend myself, fix some wounds, fix some holes, then I might start to become wholly within myself. Holistic and complete. Repairing the damage done by investing my value into people that devalued me. And within this container of self that I am mending and growing within, I can now contain my self-worth, or grow upon that each day, and making wise investments in myself, both in mind and body, that grow my sense of self-worth. And I can be contained and contented with who I am as a person, rather than giving that to someone else who clearly devalues me as a person. And with the self-agency, with this self-empowerment, I can make decisions for myself that are not dependent upon others and their granting of permission to be myself. I'm pretty sure I can be by myself, all by myself. I don't need other people to tell me what to do. I can do for myself. With this containment of self, of this self-value, and of this self-worth. I'm reclaiming my value. I'm reclaiming my sense of self. I've taken a lot of damage along the years by people who thought they knew better, but I never really felt better about that. And it's good to take advice on board, and I shall find ways to apply this advice to myself based upon my own set of experiences, my own set of knowledge, and who I am as a person, rather than what I'm told to be, even by a healing modality. Because eventually I've got to walk for myself and be a person for myself and form a relationship for myself that is complete and whole for myself. That I'm not seeking that completion within another person who may have good intentions, but can't think or be for me all the time. I can be complete within myself and share a relationship with a person that wants to walk with me rather than for me. All this healing, all this growing, all this knowing of myself, and all this reclaiming of myself in mind, body, and spirit. And taking a full breath in and out. So yes, reclaiming yourself, healing, to be whole, to be holy, to be holistic within all parts of yourself, even the parts that we sometimes don't want to touch upon because it doesn't feel too good, but sometimes touching upon the stuff that doesn't feel too good is the actual fertilizer to grow a better sense of self. The stuff that feels crap can actually help grow a better sense of self as long as we go into that. And sometimes it's not a case of like grit and bear the pain, but it's also being aware of the pain and learning from the pain. As I say to some of my clients, it's not so much about listening. Sometimes it's about learning from the listening. And when we start to learn from what we're hearing from ourselves, these negative self voice or self-talk, we can start to change the narrative on that. So learning to be a better sense of self. And once we have that, it becomes second nature. So we're not so much beating up upon ourselves based upon what other people have said to us. So yes, I'm Dion from Inflation Support Services. I offer EFT tapping one-on-one online. So check out inflationsupportservices.com and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.